There we go. All right, what's going on, everyone? We're doing June's 2026 NGL coaching. We're gonna start with nines. I think nines maybe. And there he is. Hey, what's going on, nines? Good to see you, brother, man. Let's pull up some matches over here. View combat card. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's watch you lose. Not exactly, bro. Look at this. Look at this. See, my guy just beat a Kukui, and he's like, just watch me lose. Oh, wait. This was March. That's pretty cool. Wait, you got some star things versus me? Sneaky. Some versus Lil Dre with Cyrax Sector. Yes, it is. So some of them are from 2025. All right, so let's look at some new ones. U1 versus Igo Legend, Parzival, Reiko. Okay, these were all Combat League. I know, man. It looks like you have quite a few of them starred. I think this will be a good place to start right here. Let's see. What went wrong, particularly with you saying you hate playing versus Omni Man.
Round one, fight.
Okay, so immediately he takes a full-on dash forward, not even a micro dash. He just take a full-on big ass step. This gives you a lot of information. This is Shady MK, right? I think so. Anyway, it gives you a lot of information on what type of player you're playing. Anyway, Omniman Sonya, full dash in, double dash into forward three. He did not give a single F about any, and I mean any of your options. Double dash forward, forward three. This is a very, very disrespectful entrance. Now hits you for 40% to start. Now that was information. If you notice, he immediately went for preemptive 1-2. He was hoping you will do sector wake up so he can break the armor. Yeah. I was telling you, this guy is not respecting any of your choices. Again, double dash right after you went full teleport. What options do you have to stop people from double dashing? And you have a clear one, which again does not only work for Melina Ballroll, but against your down four is going to be a big tool for you to stop people just bomb rushing you for no reason. Beautiful job. Okay, good. That's a great punish. There we go. Excellent work. This is perfect, man. All right, let's see how he starts the second round.
Two, fight.
Okay, this time he just backdashes away. Good conversion. Okay, you had your hands. That was a beautiful use of hands. Just push them back, give yourself some breathing room. Perfect. I like it. Okay, you got your hands once again. Let's see if you remember to use them a second time. Nice. Good patience. Oh, that's a bad punish right there.
Think. Think.
What's up, Queen? I
Final
hope you're having a
round.
great day too.
Fight.
Okay. Trabaja tranquila, tomate tu tiempo. I have one clear thing I want to talk about this match of nines. And before we do that, I at least want to finish seeing everything that happens towards the end. Now, you have 0 bar. He has 3 bars of meter. It means that you have to hit him twice. Unless you want to take little hits like down 4 and throws and sort of chip away at his health. But he has a full stick of butter. And he has fatal. And he has full Sonya. You have no bar to your name. No Motaro. This right here, just for you to take into account, right? Right here, that breaker did that for you. The combo was towards the end at this point. That I think that decision potentially killed you in this match. You had 3 bars to your name. This combo was not going to kill. There. Now it was gonna get you to 1 touch away, but spending those 3 bars right there definitely is what did it for you. And then right here again, a second time, disposing of your Motaro to extend the combo where you could have done 1-1 into teleport, because this is not going to kill anyway. You're disposing of your resources at this point for a chance of something that's going to put you in the same room, right? Whether you spend Motaro or not, you still would need another hit. Plus, he was going to break, and then another hit at that point. So keep that in mind whenever you're using your resources, not only your breaker, but your Motaro. This is another thing we're going to talk about in a second, being able to deal with this. Okay, so you have no bars, and you have really not a good way to contest them at this point. Because by the time it hit you, you already didn't have breaker, and you didn't have a Motaro bar. So, but this, I want to call back to 2 circumstances here. One, your resource usage, and like there, that's fine. He gets the full combo. And then what you do against Sonya, which is absolutely nothing. You're taking him getting in for free. That, let's talk about that. Let's hop into training mode. And are you here still nines by any chance? Okay, good. So let's break this down now. I know what to do using Melina. I have no idea what to do using Sector, but we're gonna figure it out. So Sector, where's Omni-Man? There he is.
Nolan.
Sector Motaro.
Motaro.
And then
Sonya Blade.
Now with
The
Melina, I
Treehouse.
go bar for bar. I expend my resources whenever he spends his, and I keep my resources at all times. With Nolan, with Sector, hold on, I want to go full screen, and I also want to be here. There's a couple of things. This is what I will do to train this. Oops. And before I even do that, actually, let me do this. Okay. And I'm just gonna let that simmer record a little bit longer, just in case you have a combo. Now, in order for him to do this, he's letting go. This is risk reward. He's letting go of an entire Sonya cameo, which is going to recover really fast. He's not spending meter to get to you. If he hits you, he gets a combo. If you block it, he gets pressure. This is not a win-win in any way, shape, or form. Now, knowing this, you can always get used to doing this. Oops, what the hell? Oop. I guess Melina is a little bit more active, but my point is, at this point, there's two ways that you can contest this. You can either try to react to the punch, or if he does this, if he does the punch, on Melina also can get it with Sector, goddamn. But he's always gonna time it in such a way that he first hits you with the punch. There you go, that's the timing. So he first hit you with the punch and then with the rocket. You have two ways that you can contest this. You can do a falling down kick, which is active enough. And if you mess up the timing, so it's active all the way down, just neutral jump. Whenever you see the thing come down, just neutral jump. It's active all the way down. He now got hit in the face and he spent his Sonya. Now, I don't know if Sector can get a conversion. Oops. So when he go into stand, nope. You gotta wait for him to go into stand. There you go. Like that. Now, Sector cannot get a conversion. Can I get a missile out of that? There you go. Something like that, maybe. There you go. Perfect. So nines, this is the way. No. No missile setup. You're gonna get an EX teleport. Go bars for bars. There you go. This is your answer to that. No, never again should Omni-Man ever do that for free, because if you just sit there, if you just take this, he has absolutely all of the winning in this matchup because he's plus 1,000 on block, and on hit he's gonna get a combo, and he feels zero threat from you being full screen because he does the Viltrumite stance. So do not take this. So the good thing is you don't even have to worry about timing. It's because Sonya is already set on a dead timer. If he waits too long to throw his punch out, Sonya's ring is gonna hit first, and then his punch is not gonna be safe. That would mean he increases his rewards from 0 to 1,000, right? So he's always going to want to do the punch first if he's even going to do it at some point. And the crazy thing is, if he doesn't do the punch, so here, let me actually do both timings. Oops. Let me do both timings, right? So if he doesn't do the punch and he's like waiting for you, you're still blocking this. You're still going to block that every single time because you're blocking on the landing. So don't wait for nothing, just do it time. So wait for Sonya animation to go and then just go. And the crazy thing is, if you wait, I'm assuming, there you go. So I'm trying to figure out if you can option select. Yeah, you can. So every single time you should be neutral jumping into EX teleport. If you're doing it well, don't do the neutral jump and immediately do EX teleport because it's gonna cancel your kick and you don't want it to cancel when he's just charging the punch. You want to wait a little bit so that if it doesn't work, if he doesn't do it, like that, if he doesn't do it, that you don't cancel into teleport, like that, exactly. So let's actually have this practice. Good. Oop, I missed. Nope, I'm doing the teleport too soon. I'm doing the teleport too crazy. There you go, like that. Like that. Hell yeah. So again, don't ever let Omni-Man do that for free. Just because it's a circumstance that he gets things after, plus after plus after plus. Because he's plussing from either you blocking it and he's getting free pressure, or you getting hit because you're trying to move out of the Sonya ring. So again, this flips it completely on its head. And all you gotta do is wait for Sonya to charge her ring, just like that. He didn't charge it, cool. Oop, I dropped it. There you go. Oh, I should have blocked that. There we go. I don't know what combo you could do at that point. There you go. I did the teleport. Nothing came out. Perfect. Option select works there. Oops. Nope. There we go. Nope. I did it late. Good. Nope. I did it late. There we go. Like that. That's kind of why I'll more likely just opt for missile setup, but I'll play with it. Do play with it, because if you can, you're gonna get a better circumstance. I actually want to do them on better timing for both of these, so I can test it myself. Oops. So like similar timing. There you go, like that, and I'm just gonna block, hold it. And then the second one, I want to do a little bit of a better timing. Nope, not like that. Not too close. Oh no, I did it on the first one. Like that. And the second one. Like that. There we go. Okay. There we go. I did the teleport right. Nope. There we go. I did the teleport input. It didn't come out. So it's actually not that bad. There we go. I did the teleport input. It didn't come out. Oh, nope. I did out block. I did it wrong. Teleport input didn't come out. Good. Teleport input didn't come out. Did not come out. Is it ever gonna do? There we go. Perfect. Okay. So play around with that, see what you can come up with. But at the end of the day, this is what I do with Melina. With Melina, I just neutral jump kick, and it seemed to work with Sector, and that's because of how active the jump kick is. Oops. It seems that teleport is with. Now this is interesting. If this works, no, this is not gonna work. But if this works, hold on. Nope. Come on, do the other one. Oh, he does! He does, Nines! He does! Now I don't know what kind of thing you could get out of it, but hitting that is so stylish. Hold on. Hold on, I'm doing it to it. There we go. Nope. There we go. Ah! Okay, good. I can block in time. There you go. Then I guess you can set up a missile or whatever. But that is the biggest FU. Just have your own thing. But I don't know if you can get a conversion from it. That is so cool. Anyway, yeah, that is a very, very practical option, because there's nothing he can do if he commits to getting too greedy. And then again, as you can see, you don't have to worry about teleport input. You can block at the right time. Perfect. Nope, I did it too late. Oops. There we go. That's so good. Anyway, let's move on to match number 2, and then we can move on to like Reese or someone. But yeah, I hope that helps. So both things, how you manage your resources on that matchup versus MK Shady, and how you let him get away with just doing that because you didn't have an answer to it. Hopefully those two things help and give you some perspective. Let's look at our second match, and then we can go into the next one. Who else is here from NGL? Let's see. So we have Bot here. So maybe we can do Bot next. Absolutely, it will be a pleasure. Okay, let's see. So Takeda Sector. Okay, so you won one, lost another one right here. Scorpion sector. Okay. You lost versus Reiko too. All right, let's look at this Reiko one. And yes, I'll look at one of your matches, of course. I'll do the first Takeda L. Okay, let's do that. This one. Okay.
Round one. Fight.
Okay, that's not a bad. I don't know what he was doing. I think he may have been AFK for a second there. Okay, we'll do Reiko after, depending on what we find here. So Takeda Tremor, very interesting stuff. Very strong team anyway. Okay, nice hit confirmed from the projectile. He's playing a very good grounded game. Keep in mind of this. He's just dashing, blocking, dashing, blocking, dashing, blocking. You may be able to get away with dashing up, stand one, dashing up, throw. See, he's really just respecting you. Great down four. This is exactly what you should have done versus that Omni-Man that kept just bomb rushing you. But this is great. Now you did down four. You got a down four there. You went for a throw. Let's see what else you do afterwards. I'm not sure why you're not sticking to the plan here. You got a bit of a life lead. You immediately stop pressing forward for some reason. See, like, that was unnecessary. That was you getting out of your plan, out of the one thing that was working. Okay, counter poking. Beautiful. Catch him trying to press. Awesome work. And that's round one for you.
Round two. Fight.
Now, generally, notice how he continues to dash block. At some point, he's going to have to change that strategy. And you recognizing when he changes that is going to be so important. He's still dash blocking all the way to you. I'm not sure why you didn't do. Sure, absolutely. Next time, after I'm done coaching. I'm not sure why you're not doing down four again, too. Because so if we go back to the first match, the one thing that stopped all of his momentum when he got in was down four, and then it was GG's from there. It was right here, bang. And then from that point on, you continue to keep your control. Now he's scared of the down four. I'm not sure why that's not happening anymore going forward. See, you change your approach to jumping and being more active in your offense. So he gets a full combo, Spence Tremor. Okay. Hell yeah, love to see it, bro. At this point, don't press. At this point, don't take risk. Just back up. Backing away is what's been giving you. You're not going to contest Akira button for button. Take what you have and just back away at this point. Okay, you at least you overextended a little bit too much. He got a hit in, and this is probably gonna do a whole lot of damage into a setup. Yep, there's the setup, and he backed up. We don't have to talk about that one. We don't talk about Bruno. No, because at that point, you know that was a bad breaker. He knew the fake stuff. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He absolutely did know the fake stuff. Plus, the problem is that fake stuff pushes people more when they're out of the corner, when they have space behind them. If they're in the corner, there's not much space for it to build back.
Fight.
So it's even worse at that point. You would have been much better just backing away and throwing them out. But you do get a hit. Okay. Now, here, nines, and this is for the love of God, I want to make sure you understand this. Circumstances and resources. You have, this sector was ass. You have zero bar to your name. Yes, you have a full Motaro, but you have zero bar to your name. We just display how important meter is right here when you armor out, right there on wake up. Right, that was your last bar. At this point, he's celebrating that he has 3 bars, a full tremor, and you have no breaker. So your main job after the combo is done is building that bar back again. Now, you decide to engage with back 3-4 right after the combo, right? So you finish your combo and you go back 3-4. And then you're still pressing. You're not going to build that bar by pressing in his face. If anything, you're putting yourself at risk for a full combo into setup that you can't break and he has 3 bars for. Your job at that point was to get the hell out of his face and look at how much meter prior to you getting hit. This is how much meter you needed to build, just half a bar. You can build that so quickly, and that's going to give you much more confidence to engage in this mind game with Takeda. And not only that, it's going to give him the fear of you waking up at some point, and that alone is going to do magic for you. But now that you don't have that resource, you don't have that out, he's just going to go in and start pressing button and start contesting, which is why after back 3-4 you just hit a button, and now this is the start of you dying. All he has to do at this point is find a way to bait you out of that 1 bar. Now he's got that confidence, he's got that momentum, he's got you in the corner. Now, this is a big thing. You've already neutralized it, you're safe, you got 2 bars to your name. That means you got 2 Motaro save armor reversal, 2 get out of jail free cards. And you charge hand. Please don't get hit. Excellent. This is beautiful. It's even better. Oh no. Into fatal. This is how you... Oh, wait, no. And you're still... No. Oh, and tremor. This is... Oh no. Okay. We've talked about that one. You just doing teleport to then teleport away. You could have... There was no reason for that one, brother. You could have just stayed in zone. Yeah. That was heartbreaking, man. That was heartbreaking. But you did fantastically well in the matchup. You did fantastically well. You just got outspaced a couple of times. You overcommitted when you should have been zoning twice in that match. It allowed him to take over round 2. And then round 3 you overcommitted again. That's unfortunate. That's very, very unfortunate. If anything, instead of teleport, oh, it was meant to be an air grenade. I see that. That would have worked for sure. If anything, instead of teleport, I would have loved to see some EX trade missile at that point. Just EX trade missile, because if he traded, look at how much health he had to his name. Just one of them that hit, even on a trade, would have absolutely done it for you. But it is what it is. It's one of those times. That's unfortunate, man. And who else do we have from the team here? Do we have... We don't have bot anymore. Is Risi here? Are you asking to get a match with Nines, Matt Money? Monkey? My main character is Melina. Nines is, of course, Sector. Okay, you beat Lucan. Okay, so you lost to Parsival. Who was Parsival using?
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, of course. Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to talk about that one. Let me actually set a pin to this scenario right here, right after, right there, right there, right there. I'm just letting this simmer right there. I play like ass against Pars. Yeah, you did. You were whiffing your buttons again. Not against this. That's not gonna fly against Reiko, as you can see. That's never gonna fly against Reiko. Anyway, we'll move on from that one. We'll talk about that.
You will fall today.
Round 2. Fight.
There's some stuff you can do. Right there. He's doing a fantastic job at keeping you at this distance because he wants you there and he wants you to press a button so he can get you either with 10-4 or again back 3. Yeah, again, that button is just killing you, man. That button is killing you. Okay, you're out of there. Good. Yeah, that's it.
Finish her. Reiko wins.
Okay, let me just send the boys a message before we go into that and Ryder. Okay, so before we move on to the next person, we may do Johanna at that point. But if not, we may just end up calling it and running some games anyway. Um, Sector, Havoc, I mean, Reiko, what were we looking at?
Reiko. Motaro. Tremor. The Tea House.
When it comes to Reiko Tremor for you, there are two things generally, and it's all going to depend on the Reiko player that you play. There are some Reiko player that are going to be very button intensive, some are going to be very mix-up intensive, and some are going to be zoning, and some of them are going to flip between one and the other very, very quickly. And deciding what to do with your meter and your resources is one of the most important things versus Reiko. Are you going to save the 3 bars to break on Tremor so that he has to wait 30 seconds before he's able to safely mix you? That's one. Or are you going to use your resources to armor out and reverse a lot of combos? That's always going to be the main question. And so the answer is always going to come down to how much is this Reiko player getting out of doing Tremor shenanigan versus me. So that's ultimately what it comes down to. Anyway, this button, God's button, back 3 and stand 4 in neutral are very important. And for you to learn how to contest them, right? So he's going to play out around this range, right? And then do one of those, right? So learning how to contest those. Oops, it is back 3. into, what is it? Back forward 2, right? There you go, yep. Oh, I didn't have metallic. Let me give him, I mean, crystalline. Let me give him that. There we go. Being able to contest with that here. This is not going to cut it. This is not going to cut it. The only thing that's going to cut it is that. Play around his range and then dash up 1-1. Every single time. You should be able to punish this. So you got to walk around out of his range and let him hang himself. The same would apply to stand 4, by the way. You should be able to, every single time, if you're walking out of his range, just dash up 1-1. That one is not a hard thing to do. So one other thing you could do that. You can mix it up with multiple timings, right? Like that. You can do other things, like dash up so that in neutral. So that you can, if he can cancel if he wisdom. No, he cannot cancel. And he is minus, hold on, I can't see because of the chat. On recovery, he is, I can't even see it because the chat is in the way. Well, he's minus forever in recovery. Enough for you to get a dash up 1-1 and punish every single time. Just like that. No, he cannot. He can't do anything. So your job is to play at around this range. If he dash up, you're dashing back, you're dashing forward. Just like that. I missed the punish there. There you go. I missed the punish because I did a full-on backdash. There's the punish. There you go. So don't commit yourself to this trying to hit him out of something with it, because you're gonna have a tough time. Again, just wait for him to do his best button. Don't try to block it. Don't try to dash forward and block. Just walk out of that range or back dash out of the range. He throws the button out and then you just forward dash then 1-1. So always keep that in mind. Always play around with recognizing when he's throwing that button. And then dash up 1-1 for a full combo punish. So that's the biggest thing, is being able to not let him get that button for free. Once you do start to punish it, you do it twice, they're going to realize that you're actually looking for that button. And so what they're going to start doing at that point is, let me clear this out. What they're going to start doing is doing this. No, he cannot cancel into run on whiff. He cannot cancel into run. The stand 4 is the same thing, Nines, but the stand 4 1. So if you look at it here, let me pull up the booth. So two things about stand 4. One, he has less reach, and two, he has just 6 frames of less recovery. But because he has less reach, you don't have to dash up that far in advance. So he comes up to about the same thing. Am I decent? Yeah, that's right. Of course, if he block it, but you're not looking to block it. That's why you keep baiting him at around that distance. If he forward dash, you back dash. So you keep playing that micro spacing game with him so that he can actually whiff the back 3. That's all you're hoping at that point. Down 4 is not that dangerous. If he's starting to approach with down 4, you can get a down 4 of your own. So that one is not that dangerous. And again, back to what I was going on. This button has a lot less range. Sorry, not stand 4. Stand 3 is what you're looking at. Stand 4, they don't use it in neutral. It's stand 3. So stand 3 goes at about here. There you go. And then back 3 hits just a little bit further. So, but stand 3, anyway, my point with that before all of that is stand 3. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. For some reason, it didn't make sense to me after I looked at it. Let me look at. Sorry, there we go. Now it makes sense. My goodness, I'm like these numbers are not what I had kept in mind. So stand 3, there we go. It's 25 frame of recovery. Back 3 is 33 frames of recovery. There you go. So back 3 has more recovery than stand 3, but it also has more range. But you should still be able to want to walk out of the back 3 range because stand 3 will not contest in range as the back 3, and still the same concept applies. And Amai Decent brings up a great point. Any kick string with which you're never gonna see the full kick string with him in neutral. No Reiko player that's decent is gonna throw them out, but they're both high when you do stand 3-4. Excuse me. And then back 3-4 is mid into high. So they're always gonna be high. The follow up, the only problem is of course this is why you don't block high. Is this into tremor? It is death. So ultimately, you don't necessarily want to block high. And if you did, it's not like they're plus. They're gonna be -5, and they're gonna be at -8. So punishable on one, and definitely minus in another one. It's not worth the risk. Don't hold down. Don't neutral dog the last hit because of this. This is murder. This you die for this. That whatever combo comes after that, you die for it. Anyway, that's 50% of your health bar because you decided to not micro duck. To micro duck, excuse me. Yeah, they'll much rather EX star into Trem. Exactly. So you don't ever wanna do this because they get no reward out of this string other than if they wanted to like go into that and whatever. But they're not gonna do this on block. They're not gonna cancel this on block into much of anything. So not a big concern there. Again, the big payout here is playing his game. He wants to play at this distance. You play at that distance also, but you are much more aware of when he's gonna press this button so that you can make him whiff. And when you do, absolutely always try to go for a punish. That's all. Down 4 is gonna be annoying, but he does have a lot of recovery, just as much recovery as stand 3. Down 4 has 26 frames, stand 3 has 25 frames. So if you're dashing up to punish down 3, you should also be dashing up to punish down 4s. So, hold on. How you go about punishing it, maybe a down 4 of your own. I'm not sure 1-1 is going to be a good punish for it. I know for Melina, I just ball roll. But I do want to see it. But stand 4 plays at the maximum range right here, so really the best thing you could get for down 4 if it's whiff in your face is maybe dash up 3, or actually anytime they do a down 4 you should be jumping back and doing one of these. So anytime they do a down 4 in neutral, you should be jumping back. That's your safest option, really. Don't try to go and punish a down 4. Don't try to chase that. That's not, because if they hit you with down 4, it's GG's. They're now in your face because they're plus a billion. See, down 4 on hit is plus 15. That means they're gonna gel into other buttons. So, anyway, something for you to consider. Don't let them get away with just throwing back 3, or let them get away with fishing for back 3. You play at the back 3 range and you walk out of it, or backdash out of it. And if they commit to back 3, make sure that you're ready to dash up 1-1. That's as much as that goes. Let me see if there is anybody else that's from our clan. Okay, there seems to be no one else. We're just gonna do yeah. Before we get another request for someone to get coach on, again, this, I would 100% revisit this. But good Reiko players don't whiff back 3. I think 9s should learn the mind game after back 3. That's a really good point. Oh, there goes Sour. What's up, Sour? Fiddy for sure is the father of Melinas. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. We're just looking at people's replay. Did you want to go over your replay, Sour? Yeah. Let me see if I do. I have you. Hold on. Sour, 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 sour. There we go. Hell yeah. I be straight pros. Hell yeah, that's what's up. He got favorite versus Big Daddy G, OD Fulato, that 2 trillion. I like how just he just gives him as favorite. Some with Rogelio. Some versus Tweety. Hell yeah. You go, bro. Shady MK El Kukui. Okay. You lost to Esponja Mutante. That's crazy, man. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at Esponja Mutante and go from that.
You won't win this.
Round
So
one.
his Havoc is
Fight.
funny. It's not one of the best Havoc, but I'm surprised to see that. Oh well, you're playing Homelander. Hold on. Did you want me to analyze Homelander gameplay? Because I don't think you're originally a Homelander player. Yeah, I play Esponja very often too. Beat him every single time. Oh, I didn't know you played Homelander. That's crazy. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. I want to see this then. Yeah, T1K is his main. I want to see how you ended up losing this match, because you seem to be very in control, at least from the beginning. This right there, you pressing a button, you already know why you lost there. Micro dogged and block, really. Or you can jump back in some scenarios depending on their timing. Okay, yeah, we'll see that after this.
Round two. Fight.
I do want to go back. I do want to go back to this to revisit this with you, Sour, because you keep getting caught by things like that with Havoc. And yeah, I get it. Invincible, you've been grinding Invincible, man. That's what it is. Oh, and you still got a hit though. Okay, I'm just gonna let that one go. Okay, you're looking to hit confirm. Good. Havoc has 2 bars and a full striker to his name. Your best bet is to get a hit into Fatal. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh.
Finish him.
Okay.
Havoc wins.
Let's approach this real quick. Let's talk about Havoc. A lot of people like to shed talk Homelander. No, don't be sorry, bro. This is a perfect opportunity to talk about Havoc. don't get me wrong, Havoc is a very strong character, but you gotta be prepared. You have to. It's one of those, particularly Havoc Striker and Havoc Movado. You have to know how to deal with it. You 100%. You gotta be ready. Now let me say this. There are two things that generally Havoc is gonna look at right here for mix. You can tell I'm off my game after a month and a half of not playing MK. Yeah, you had some very questionable drops, and that's to no fault of your own. There wasn't anything special he was doing. Just general Havoc stuff. This into... Oops. Now, depending on how good the Havoc is, and I always see this all around. This right here, if a Havoc does this, this is fake. This part is fake. If you see a Havoc doing this, this is fake. Let me show you again. If you don't notice what's wrong with this, it is very, 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 very fake. Now, to illustrate that, let me actually, before, I think it will be good for me to talk about the string as a whole, right? So you have 2-2, back 2-2, 4, and you have back 2-2 throw. Now, the biggest thing between the two is the back 2-2-4 is punishable on block. If you didn't know that, if you were under a rock somewhere, back 2-2-4 is -12 on block. All highs starting strings are gonna punish it. Some special are. If you're Johnny, and if you're Johnny and you're privileged, you're gonna get a forward 3. But most standing 2, most stand 1, forward 1 highs, quick starting move are going to be able to punish him out of here. Now, notice both the last hit, right? So you have your throw and you have your kick. Both of them start at 19 frames after the 2-2. So after the stand 2-2 animation, they're both... I'm sorry if I say something random. Go for it, Sia. You do what you got to do. This is your home. Both back 2-2 grab and back 2-2-4, both of them are 19 frame startup after the back 2-2. So both of these have, one, a large gap for you to armor. That's the first thing. And two, how a Havoc player would use his cameo bar will tell you more likely than not what they're gonna do, because their job is to maximize their reward. If they only have one striker, they're likely gonna go for this. And that's because that's the only thing that's gonna allow them to combo, to get a combo on their opponent. Let me actually set the opponent to off. There we go. There you go. And then from that point on, they get whatever combo they want at that point. But if they have one half, again, if they have half of their bar, they're gonna go for striker into their four-ender. And then at that point, you don't want to armor out, you just want to block it, and you just want to hold it. This is really good because, again, it is forcing you to hold it. Oops. This is really good because it's forcing you to hold it. Just like that. You don't want to armor out if you see a striker. And then the other portion is his throw. If you notice, when did I call the striker? If he calls the striker late, if the string has already started and he calls the striker, it is fake. The reason I said that earlier is because of the armorable gap. If you have an armor move, likely most of them, actually, you do have to be careful. For Melina, I know I'm gonna be able to hit striker every single time. But for other characters, there's a couple of things you gotta be aware. If he's canceling into striker immediately and he has a full striker, and you see striker come out at the same time that back two comes out, that means that he's actually going to be able to throw you and right after has striker come out, which is gonna leave a very small gap for you to micro duck and block. Now, if he does this close enough, you should not be able to jump out. Oops. Let me see if there we go, like that. And I didn't do the full. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. That's the one. So this one. Oh no, actually, can I jump back on this one? Yes, I can. I still didn't do it right. But it is a very strict timing for this to work. And you can react. My point is, you can react to the striker amplified. So you should always be aiming to block low. And then if you react to the amplified, you should jump back. It is very, very tight timing for them to be able to make it so that he hits on the jump back. And if he does, they don't get the most reward because the striker hitting them mid-air doesn't lead to a big combo like, you know, grounded gunshots do. So my point being, this is what I want you to practice. I want you to practice setting up the thing to doing that into throw. If it will just come out. I'm trying to do the enhanced striker gun. There we go. And I want to also do this, because this is gonna get rid of armor. I'm gonna do it on tighter timer, actually. There we go. So the point is, you should never be armoring either on this one or on the kick. Never on either one of those. You should only be reacting to the amplified, like that. Always react to the amplified. Always react to the amplified. Again, always react to the amplified. Forget about what Havoc is doing. Good. Always react to amplified. So, and of course you can jump forward and do your other things. So, for them to make it so that you're not able to jump is a very, very strict timing, and likely they won't get a combo conversion. Yes, I am. I am going to about 350. I'm going to grind both of them. Those are actually more my kind of game. I'm big on, you know, Guilty Gear, Schoolgirls, fighters, and Street Fighter as well. So I can't wait, man. I'm definitely grinding both of them. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna main. It may be looking like Avatar, depending on how much support it gets. Otherwise, it's gonna be Marble Token until the next Injustice or Mortal Kombat comes out. So, and again, back to what I was saying for Havoc, Sour in particular, you should always be reacting to the amplified striker, like that. Ideally, you want a forward jump, so you get some sort of punish. Anyway, always practice that. So again, put yourself to some recording. To get it done, actually, it may be a tough timer, but you want to do back 2 and R1 at the same time and hold R1 at that point, like that, and then do 2, 2, 3, just like this. Just like that. This is how you want to practice it. So that, there we go. So that you can throw as early as you can. Now again, if you are waiting for the amplify, sometimes they're gonna do this, but now they only took 6%, spend half their cameo, and you are plus on their face because the way that the grenades hit. So it is okay if you didn't react to the grenade and you stayed blocking. The point is, don't try to armor out, don't try to do anything but react to the striker gun amplification. So that's the biggest thing I can tell you about that matchup. Everything else we know, Havoc has some of the best disjointed in the game. He has some of the safest pressure. But if you're getting caught with that type of things, always just react to the amplified and jump forward. All right, that that's it for NGLs. Unless someone else from NGL join, um, or someone else want me to look at their matchup and sort of have us discuss some of their matches and see what's going on there. I think she is here. Hold on. Oh, there she is. All right, let's go. Actually, why am I doing a friend invite? Any particular matches that? Oh, you mentioned something earlier about a match. Replays I face in the with the imposter commander. Okay, let's look at that. Let's see. Does he show you online? It does not. So I'm gonna go back up so that I can find you quicker. I don't see you. What's your WB? What's your WV? 030630. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Wait, then how is it not showing me where you are at? Let me go back in and see if it comes on. This is crazy. You all saw that, right? Unless I passed by you and somehow just didn't see you. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see you on the offline friends. It says I'm already friends with you, but I don't see you on the offline friends. I don't see you on the online friends either. Oh, there you are. Maybe I'm just crazy. All right. Let's see. Did you have a save or was it recent? Ooh, you fought Young Monster. Hell yeah. Wait, where's that replay? Did you have a save or something? I think you have way too many replay star. I only see these. Is it any of these? I don't know who the commander is. The one with Floyd in it. Oh, right here. This one. Okay, Big Boss Commander. Got it. Got you. So I was back in March. Probably styled on him.
Round one. Fight.
All right, so we have Sindel Frost, hell yeah, and Shao Sub-Zero. Okay, I It's one of those things that just happens, right? So we started off with forward three, sorry, forward one into the full string actually. So you just let that hair go. Okay, that's a punish. Okay, he drops it. That was a beautiful conversion. Hell yeah. Ooh, what a grab. Yeah, that's the end.
Round two.
I do want to bring back light. Okay. I want to talk about that one in a second. This is the second time you go for the setup and he wakes up, so something to keep in mind. Beautiful combo. Okay, you're going for more or less the kill. I'm not sure if spending your meter there was worth it. Hold on. You got a full combo right here. So you have almost 3 bars of meter. And you decide to spend one. Now, at that point, this is not going to kill. You could have just gone for the back to, what is it, back to 4, back to 3, and gone into Frost. Anything like that would have done the exact same thing for you at this point. Because you did the same bait, it would have done exactly that. I jump over, wake up, sub, and full combo. That's good. That's good. Yeah, if you make a good read. Otherwise, it exposes you to him waking up with sub parry or even just up blocking your jump. But yeah, if you're making a read on them waking up with the shoulder, absolutely. I do the same thing. That's awesome. Once again, you let that hair go twice, and both times you got punished for it. It's an unhealthy habit of yours. What is it? Letting your hair go or spending your bar? Good breaker. I'll take it. Ooh, got you on the jumping. He says no arrival or departure in my airport. No flight zone. Got him coming in. Beautiful job. Back into another Frost setup. Maybe make him break. Even better, he can't break now. Awesome. Nice throw. Caught him lacking. Now we just zoned out. So at that point, and I'm glad that you got him, but there's a couple of things. I like this.
That was entertaining.
Brutality.
It almost like you got the full confidence to do certain things when you did Frost special, but then he had Sub-Zero's thing, so you were still taking a risk doing 401 there because he had Sub-Zero's armor and he was going to not care about the projectile anyway. So be really careful with that. The biggest thing here, one of the things that I noticed in this matchup, particularly on any character, on anything, if you're ever playing Shao, unless you're playing like Shao Kano or something like that. Here, let me go back to Sindel. And I'm glad you recognize that as one of your bad habits, is just letting go of that 4-1-3 hair string, flipping the hair at him. Because that's definitely a bad habit. You're not getting much more than what you would be getting from 4-3 other than you're extending your hitbox more. This is something to understand. Hold on. He had Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. The tea house.
So this is a really important thing. And is the way that Sindel comes back to her original positioning after doing this string. Right? So when you do 401, she comes back much quicker. Now it's still 35 frame on recovery, but because the animation of the hair is so big and it covers so much space, it's really hard for some character to contest that, especially with her coming back as part of that recovery time. Notice how much longer the recovery is. It's 48 frames. That's an extra 13 frames in comparison. Because she stays a little bit longer as she poses back to come back. So I know sometimes we like to do this full string because we feel exposed after we whiff this. But what we're getting really as a reward is 7%. But we're also exposing ourselves 13 more frames. Is it worth it? Not really. If you're already exposed, minimize it by trying to come back as long as you can, as quick as you can, right? Now, if it was that you're just trying to end a hold on. Oops. If you were just trying to end a block string and be safe, yes, this is perfect. This is the only time you ever want to use this. You're ending a block string. It is block. You want to be safe. Adjacent because they can armor out, sure. But this is the only time. If you're using it because you whiff forward one, you're better off just waiting for the forward one to finish the animation because you are much safer here than by the time this button takes, because then it overextends. And a lot of people like to jump after they see forward one being whiff. So if you just do the full screen, you're basically letting them punish you for free. The other part is and this has to do with the Xiao portion, is Xiao has to take a risk anytime he does this. It is a big risk for him because of this particular thing. You can react to the animation with a jump. So he has to be fully full screen for Sindel to not be a threat, and even then, this is a problem. Now, in this particular matchup, he has Sub-Zero, so he doesn't care about zoning, but this is where you take advantage. At some point, you were right here, around right there, and he did that to your face. You can react to this, and there's not a single thing that he can do. You can react to this animation. So even if you're full screen, if you're just walking forward, and I want you to challenge yourself to do this. Sometimes when you're back here full screen, I want you to randomly decide to walk forward. And during that process that you choose to walk forward, if you see the animation come out, that's an instant jump punish. Because all you need is about this much space right here for you to be able to get a full combo. Right there. This much space is how much you need for you to get a full combo. There you go. So if you're already walking forward, this is going to be a full combo punish if you're playing against Xiao. So always keep this in mind. Anytime you're playing with Xiao, even if it's Xiao sub, of course you're doing your zoning and whatever. Oops. Right? And you have your flight stuff and whatnot. Challenge yourself to do a little bit of a walk forward so that you can react to this if they decide to contest it. Just like that. Yep. So again, that's the biggest piece of that Sony matchup, because I saw he hit you, and if he hits you with that, the problem is that he gets 2 dash forward, and now he's in your face after he hits you. And that's because 1, you get hit, and 2, you have to get up from the ground. So he gets 2 dashes, 1 on your hitting animation as you're recovering, and another one as you're getting up. That's a big thing in this matchup, something for you to consider. Other than that, you did fantastic. You could also work, I guess, on baiting sub more. He didn't do it on this matchup. He only did the sub shoulder wake up. But oftentimes
Sindel.
people are afraid of
General
this, and
Xiao.
let me actually let's
Sub-Zero.
talk about this one. I'm gonna close it out with
Fire
this
Temple.
one right now. Hold on. I want to close it out with this. If you have a Sub-Zero player that is waking up with this and you're blocking it, you're asking for trouble. I'm just gonna say that. If you have a Sub-Zero player that's waking up with this and you're respecting it and you're not doing anything because of the threat of shoulder on wake up, you're asking for trouble. Because this, on toss animation, you can stand one. I don't even play Sindel. I don't know. I'm not familiar with her buttons, but that was first try. I was able to just stuff it. On the first try, I saw him actually do that. And they can do different timing, right? So I can just hold it and then go. Or I can just decide to not hold it at all. You can react to the toss just like that. I don't know what timing he's doing. And then if he doesn't do it, you can literally just walk up to his face. Oops, not that one. On the toss. Anyway, whatever. You get the point. If he decides to cancel it, then you can just dash up throw. Oops. And again, play around with your character. See what's the best way for your character to deal with this. So again, if you have a sub player doing this and you're taking it, you are asking for trouble. Jumping backwards is good. So that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up on my decent. When you're jumping back, this is what you're doing. So let me erase these and go back to the jump back. You're literally asking them to do this, and now you just gave them space. You gave them try to zone you out or take some sort of advantage. You just gave them. So yeah, that's true. You can get on an aerial or whatever. This is just applicable to Sindel, but many other characters don't have the luxury of just jumping back aerial. And even then, that's still not optimal, right? You want to make sure that they're being punished for doing things where they think they can just get away for free, right? So he's gonna do that, and then we're gonna switch the timing, right there, a little late, and another one I'm gonna cancel it right after, as soon as I can, and then go from there. Again, you want to be able to do whatever combo it is, and then if they end up canceling it, then what you want to do is, of course, get a punish for it. So you always want to walk forward anytime you see this. Just without fear, just walk forward. Get used to your character punishing them. And then, of course, if they cancel, then you're in their face. And if you're quick enough with the reaction, right, then you may either get a punish on the down animation. I like to just go for throw if they cancel it. Oops. There you go. Go for that. They cancel it, just go for a throw. But the point is, you're not allowing them to get that for free. Anyway, that's all I wanted to. Can you stop it with forward 4? No, you don't want to stop it with forward 4 because you want a fast enough button that you can react to if they do it if they just do the toss. Because right now we're reacting to because he's taking his time, and we're doing certain things. But sometimes let's say you jump back, right? And he tosses it there. You want to be able to react with some fast buttons. Just like that. You want to give yourself the chance to do it. And it's not that hard, I promise you. And again, I'm a Melina main, right? But even with that, I'm not used to Sindel's timing. And even with that, I'm getting it more often than not. Just like that. So it's not hard. Their hurt box is a lot bigger than their hitbox. Whenever they're doing the clone toss. So that move is balanced around the fact that you can just then want it. So always go for a full combo whenever you're dealing with that. That's ultimately the one piece of tech. The other part that I wanted to bring up is now that we had Havoc Striker, we had some of these things going around. I want to make sure that we approach this, and I didn't get to approach it while Sour was here, but this is really important. Punishing Havoc is so important. Being able to not let him get away with things. And one of the things that I see Havoc getting away with all the time is, yes, you guessed it, helping hand. I see Havoc doing either regular or enhanced helping hand all the time, and just getting away with doing this for free, right? So So they will do that. Let me actually whole block right after. So I'm just gonna whole block, and or I'm going to go this and then just whole block. Now what happens here? Two things. You may say, project, well, if I block it, if you block it nothing, he's only at -4. Well, what if you up block it? Backing up and full punishing helping hand is my favorite thing ever. I like that. The only problem with backing up and full punishing helping hand is oftentimes if you're playing particularly versus Havoc Striker or Havoc Mavado, they're gonna do helping hand into bomb or helping hand into grenade. It's never only gonna be helping hand. But if they are doing just helping hand, absolutely backing up. But so here's what I like to do, right? So regardless of them, and they have different. So regular hand is 1 hit of armor, and then are you gonna do that here? So this, they will contest your move with that. It's 5 hits of armor, I believe. Here's what you can do, and it's not that hard when you get used to it. Right there, you flawless block it. They're at -14. You can get a full combo punish, and the best thing about flawless blocking it is if they're doing, say, striker behind it, oftentimes the way that they time striker allows you to either get a down 2, which is generally 9 frames, and for you to get a full down 2 punish. Oops. And there we go. Get a down 2 punish. So if you're dealing with, and I didn't pick, I picked, let me look at striker, right? And you're gonna want to lab punishes with your character always. Oh, I picked striker for the wrong person. Either way, you know what I meant. Right here. So you're gonna have a Havoc that's going to do helping hand, striker, or EX helping hand, striker. And the problem is, if you just let him get away with this, right? This is coming, you can't really get a punch, and you can't really have a piece to say. This will be much better. If you have some character, you can actually get a trade combo from this. I don't know what Sindel can do, but, and if you have, say, if you are Sector, for example, well, you can get other things. You can get, let's say, standing one screen, I think, may be able to trade. Hold on. Nope. So, screen is 18 frames, okay. There are some strings that you can do with certain characters that can help you bypass this, but you're gonna have to laugh with your character what the best punish is. Nope, what is her... Oh, there it is. Nope. And some character, the best they can get is a down poke on punish versus striker, because they go all under striker. Some characters button to punish, like Raiden's 4/4, goes under striker anyway. So some characters get more than others. Melina gets a really cool thing from this Sector, and I want to show you all what Sector gets, because it's a really cool thing. If you're playing Sector, and this goes for you, Nines, or any cameo really that has Motaro, you gotta lab this
Sector.
punish, because it's so important. It is extremely, extremely important.
Motaro.
So let's say
Striker.
if you're doing this,
The tea house.
and again, I'm only showing this so that you're not afraid of being able to punish. When you're well informed and well trained on punishes, you're not gonna be afraid of dealing with some of these circumstances. And in this case, I want to do, say, helping hand into striker and just whole block there for a second. Oops. Oh my goodness. And I'm messing up the plan. I'm not sure if Sector can do it. I know I'm doing it late. Nope. Nope. He should be on. It should come out as reversal. Goddamn. Goddamn. Still not. I think the timing on Striker, I'm having it be a little too later than intended. Anyway. There we go. That was much better. No! No! Oh, my sucking was right there. Okay. The point of what I'm trying to do is this. With some character, and actually, I think it depends on the timing. I think I'm doing Striker too quick, because you don't want to call Striker as you do the helping hand. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, you're not going to be as plus. And two, if for some reason the Striker bomb hits, because what you want to get is the Striker bomb to hit and for you to then be able to get a full combo. And in order for that to happen, you have to be able to let the Striker go later on. Like that. So that if for some reason I try to punish, this is able to get a punish in. So that's generally the timing they're going to use for this, which would allow you to do standing one into this, into Motaro. If I can just do it, because goddamn, I'm stuck in not being able to do it. I'm so sad it's not working. Nope. Anyway, practice around with this. I think I'm getting the timing wrong for this. Maybe. Maybe not. Either way, it's good for you to know. Do a down two, if anything. But if you notice, Striker, Sensei Wolf, I appreciate you stopping by. There you go. That timing. If you notice Striker coming out much later because they realize that the helping hand is not gonna find anyone home, you can get this into a full combo if you get the timing right. Depending on what character you're using, if you have a character with a stand one with a different hit animation than Sectors, you may be able to get more. Otherwise, get creative with how you're gonna punish this. Oops. To be safe, I always like to down 4. Though Melina gets more for this kind of things. Oh, and Sector's down 4 there, completely with the grenades. That's awesome. My point is, don't let Havoc get away with this for free. With doing helping hand into Havoc, into a Striker. I don't think there's anybody else from NGL that we can do matches with. I know we reviewed some 9s matchup. We did Sour. We did Unohana. Who else? Did anybody have any question on any matchup in particularly that we can explore before we close this out? Anyone at all? Raiden Jax is a really good one. Okay. Raiden Jax. Raiden Jax is one of the best teams in the game. And I don't know who keeps downplaying Raiden Jax, but it's one of the best things if played under the right circumstances.
Melina.
Anyway.
Raiden. Raiden. Jax. Jax.
The biggest thing with
The
Jax,
Treehouse.
and people have to always keep this in mind with Jax. And I see this often. I know for the most part, Jax is being used in this team to get a conversion from this and get bomb setups and stuff in the corner, like that, right? But I oftentimes see Raiden players get away with jacks into kicks or jump or anything like that. This is not real, y'all. Um, Jack's ground pound is designed to drop your combo if he hits you blocking low. So those overhead lows, they are not real. The only time they will be real is if Jack's ground pound hits the ground before you get up off the floor, and then they kick you in the face because you're blocking low. Other than that, um, if, for example, let me get him to do Jack's, not like that. There you go, like that. That was perfect. This, if I block high, I'm always gonna get hit for a full combo. If I block low, Jax is designed so that it drops me right to the ground. This is day one Jax stuff. I still see it today. Uh, yeah, when we talked about blocking low, I still see it today. I still see people get hit with Bow 350 when he does Melina airball roll into Jax because they're trying to escape airball roll, or they get hit with Peacemaker's anti-gravity punch or kicks because they're trying to avoid the Jax. The only time this would ever work is, again, if they time it on you getting up so that the ground pound actually whiffs and you're stuck blocking low because you're trying to avoid getting punched up by the ground pound, and it actually completely whiffs on you, and then they just kicked you on the face. Um, and there will be some setups that they do to do that. So always watch for those. Make sure that the Jack's timing is actually gonna hit you, because if he happens the other way around, man, you're not gonna have a really good time at all, right? So, but for any old setup where the ground pound is gonna hit you, just take the ground pound, guys. It's only 5% versus you taking a full combo, and Jax is gone. I see that all of the time. I see that also when. Hold on. Let's talk about this one. Actually, this is really good that we talk about this when we have Raiden, right? So this right here. This downforce storm cells Jax is, well, not, let me do this actually, like that one actually. Wait, the string is 2 1. There we go. Here's this one. There we go, like that. Okay, if I could just get it done. Nope. There we go. This right here. The biggest thing about this, and I want to make sure I put it to perspective because people don't realize what they're doing anytime they just let it go. Like, yes, block it, but if you decide to block the whole thing, you're essentially giving him 25% bar. And the biggest thing is, if you can flawless block storm cells, or like train yourself to flawless block it, you're denying him of so much meter. Oops. And just as I say that, of course, I'm getting smacked by, there we go, by storm cells. Always get in the habit of trying to flawless block that. But at the worst case scenario, do not do anything. Just take the Jax hit. For the love of God, please just take the Jax hit. And if they're doing a combo, the other part that you should always illustrate about this team is, if you're ever gonna break, the same case with Tremor, please make sure that you are breaking on Jax. So let me put this to perspective. Hold on. This is good for you all to know. Oop, there we go. So let me put that to perspective. I just want to hold this recording until Jax recovers. So Jax recover there. So right there, I just held it until Jax recover on the regular. But if I break on Jax, now this is gonna shut down when Jax recovers on the regular thing when he hits, right? He just got back. He's barely going to touch Raiden's nose. In other words, you have so much more time when you're breaking on a cameo, and people don't understand just how much time they have before the cameo goes back. Otherwise, if you just let it hit and Raiden does a full combo, by around this time, Raiden is finishing up the combo and he almost got full jacks. Versus if you just break the combo on jack, and please, if you're gonna break, don't break after jacks. At that point, don't break at all because you missed your window right there. Break right there because it's gonna be a full-on set of us playing neutral before he can use jacks again. And if he decides to use it, you see how slow it's going. If he uses it again after that, it's gonna go even slower for him to recover. So he is really letting go of a resource when he does this. Right? When that goes and he hits again, this is gonna take forever for him to get jacks back, the first jacks ground pound, and so on and so forth. He's gonna have to be able to play neutral versus me at that point, versus just not breaking and saving your meter and then breaking later on because jacks hit you again or you got hit with some sort of charge, fireball, anything. So that's something for you to keep in mind. Don't fall for nonsense like this. The other thing about this team is Raiden often. Hold on, let me go back to here. This is 15 frames. This is 11 frames on hit. These are such good buttons to start Raiden's pressure. But with jacks, there's not a lot that Raiden is going to do. Please block low. Please block low. Please block low. Raiden does not have inherent ways to combo you from overhead other than setting up this into, what was it? I can't remember what it was. Like that. That's the only way Raiden is going to combo you from an overhead. So please stop trying to contest this button and being afraid of this. Being afraid of him doing this, backing away and doing this. If you're getting hit by this, you're pressing too many buttons. If Raiden does this, 1, backs up, 1, 2, you are pressing too many buttons. Please be patient, block low. Again, the only time he's going to combo you from the overhead is in the corner generally, and that's if he does something like this. Right? So he doesn't have inherent setup for him to be able to safely do things like that, right? Can we all agree with that? Can we all get in agreement? So again, if you're playing Raiden, Jax, please stop. He is not going to mix you up. He's gonna throw you and he's gonna do staggers and things like that, but those aren't scary until they have a significant life lead. So again, stop being afraid of this. And for the love of God, stop doing things that are unsafe because of this button. So if you have something that's -7, goodbye, that's one. Good to know you. But please stop doing unsafe things. Now, when should you be pressing buttons against Raiden? No, yeah, this is annoying. When should you be pressing buttons against Raiden? You should be using his buttons against this. This button is really good. But the problem is the range on it is deceptive. It looks like it hits far, and it does. But it's about here. It's about down 4 distance. It does not hit much further than a down 4. So this is something for you to... If he cannot hit you with down 4, well, barely, actually. Right here. They're about the same, actually. It's just he moved back slightly. Yeah, they're essentially about the same. Down 4 and this. So measure it at around the down 4 range. And what you want to do is when you're at this distance, you want to walk out of his range or backdash. Okay? It is a BS. This is a really good button. Those 4%, it essentially resets neutral, and it is on hit plus 24, which means if he hits you with this, by the way, guys, if he hits you with this, it is not your turn. He's plus 28. He is gonna jail you into something. He's gonna go for a mid, right? So even from max distance, he's gonna go for this mid. You have to hold it. Stop pressing after this. Stop pressing. There is no mix. All he can help for is overcommitting and dashing up throw, or like trying to gimmick you with 10-2 backdash into 4-4. Stop trying to press. Just hold back. and block, of course. Just block after you get hit by this. Now, if this is block, and this is the biggest thing, um, depending on how close you are, you may be able to get a punish. Now, of course, most Raiden are going to either space it out or have it when they or either EX it or have Razzle Dazzle and whatever it is. Just please stay at around this range, because anytime that he whiffs it, this is similar to Reiko's back three, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it at around this distance, and when they expect you to press, and they're gonna make it so that if you have even a +3 string, they're still gonna do it because this is only 8 frames. So you gotta make sure that you're tight with your frames. But if they're doing this, this is minus forever. Don't let him get away with that. Always look to like outspace this and have a way to contest this button from neutral. Anyway, and pray. That button is God's button. Again, that special move is God's special. But don't let them get away with it for free, because it's not free. All right. I think that's enough. I think we've been at it for a bit. I appreciate you all coming over. Nines, thank you so much. Unohana, Sour, for lending some of your matches so we can talk nonsense here, learn some of these matchups, figure out what went wrong on some of these losses, and try to figure out how we can, as a community, get better in some of these circumstances. Nines, I'm going to catch up with you later. I'm kind of excited to see when you run into Shady MK again and sort of use this, of course. Already applied some of the learning as I was watching to in a Ooh, what did you apply, bro? Talk to me about it. Hold on. Let's watch this. Which match? We can end with that. I want to celebrate you, bro. I want to celebrate that. Which match? Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, the jumping on striker guns. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I said, did you play a? Oh, there's Mr. Wayne. Did you play a Havoc striker? Oh, you did. Awesome. All right, all right. Hold on. I want to see this. I want to see this, man. 'Cause that's awesome, bro. Oh wait, is he 9 FGC? There we go. Where the nines go? Hold on. Is it showing on the... Oh, it shows offline PlayStation. Let's see. There he is. Okay. But yeah, always react to when you see in the Amplify. People get overwhelmed with Striker. Havoc sector right here. It was one of these. All right, so it was probably. Let's play the last one. I like this, man. I like when people improve over something.
Round one, fight.
Okay, so he has full striker. Nice. Yeah. That's literally you react to the enhance. I want to see if you use it at a different point. Nope.
Round two.
Okay, there's a full striker. Nope. Just using grenades, throwing them all around. So he's not going for command grab shenanigans. Damn, you gonna steal this round too? Nice. Hold on. I want to see the end of this round. He didn't even get a round 3. Nice recognition of that. Yeah, that's not scary. Punish. Okay, right there. Nines. That's a free punish. That is a very free punish right here. Bam, bam, boom. That's like minus 12, minus 13, something like that. So please punish that. That string is punishable. Oh, you just weren't ready. You wanted those. That's hilarious. That was awesome, bro. That was awesome. All right. I actually want to see exactly how negative that is. That back two. I'm assuming minus 13, minus 14. Maybe minus 12 if I... Actually, I'm gonna go with minus 12. I am gonna
Sector.
go... That's my final answer,
Havoc.
minus 12.
Motaro.
If you had to
Corrupted
guess,
Force.
Nines, what's your guess? Is it
Striker.
minus 13, minus 14, minus 20? Minus 15. Minus 12, it is. So the reason I thought minus 12 is because most of the good mids in the games are 13 frames, and they don't want you to punish this with a mid. That's what it's built around. They want you to be able to punish this with a high, for the most part, unless you're Johnny Cage. Can he duck after string on block to avoid a high punish? After what string am I decent? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about this? If Havoc can block his minus 12, which means any 12 frame move or lower is gonna hit him. So if he does, that one, yeah, okay. So if he does, here, let me illustrate that for you. I'm just gonna hold block right after. So, oops. Oops. Oh, that's right, it's a low. What am I saying? It's a quick and easy punish with any move. So let me see what move the Spectre has. That's 14 frames. Do I have 11 frames? So this is gonna be a tie punish, but this should be a punish. There you go. Stand 4. Actually, Nines, good for you to know this. Stand 4. This is gonna be, if he does this is gonna be your big damage thing. Actually, let me make this. Let me hold block for as long as I can, so that we can illustrate just how much damage he can eat from this. So that not even stand 2, you can get a full stand 4 too. So if you're looking for your big punishers, this is gonna be one of them. So again, if he does that, he's got to know that that string is gonna be dead. Oops. Of course it is. So he's got to know he's going to die for doing things like that. And it's not tight. The timing is honestly not strict for you to be able to do it. Oh, I'm doing the teleport too soon on the second thing. Oops. There we go. God damn. I do want to do the other combo if I remember how to do it. Hold on. That one. I want to do that one to see just the damage potential. Hold on. Wait until Happy goes to neutral posture. You can actually hit it right after the block because of the input delay. It's actually gonna make it come out for you, so you're good. I want to see how. I actually want to get the combo done just to see how much damage this can happen. I don't know if you practice this combo more 9 to make it more consistent, but look at that, 52, 524 damage. He decided to go for that. He died. Bom, 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 bom. Oh, I forgot. Oh, you drop it too often. I mean, nothing wrong with getting down guaranteed damage. I think I got it down more or less, just like that. It did do a little bit of damage because of when I hit the second kick. I didn't let it burn enough. I think I did that time. Nope, I did the wrong timing for the dash. I think I got the dash down to be at least somewhat consistent and be able to react if it's gonna side swap or not. There you go. There's the full damage. So he gets 524 damage just for blocking that. That's actually pretty good. See, nice. There you go. Back to back. Hell yeah. What is it with one bar? Oh my goodness. There we go. I did it too far. Oh. How to punish Sector. Which section of Sector? Because Sector has a lot of things to be able to punish. Are we talking about? Are we talking about this? Hold on. Are we talking about that? Press a button. Are we talking about the flamethrower into Motaro? The Sector has a lot. That's a very broad question. How to punish Sector? That's 28. 208. I mean, look at that. Anyways, back to where I was saying. 1 bar, how much is this gonna do? God damn it. Every single time I wanna try something to figure it out. There we go. Oh my goodness, it's not working on this side for some reason. Nine, help me. Nope, that's not it. I just want to see the damage output for 1 bar for this. Nope. Oh yeah. No, I dropped it forward too. Got too excited. Nope, I didn't do the teleport. Nope. Too quick. There we go. Oh, 456. That's not bad either. Anyway, how to like down 3 or down 4 and things like that. I mean, it all depends on your character. It really all depends on your character. But her down 4 is really good. It does have a lot of recovery. So if you have a character like Havoc or Rachel, who has a button that can contest the range of this, you definitely want to make her whiff those buttons. But they're not punishable on block by. Well, this one is, but generally, you play Shao. Okay, so Shao's. Oh man, that's a bad spot to be on. That's probably a 9 conversation. This button is -10, but because of the range it puts you at, you can't really punish it. Maybe with like a down 1 or down 3 of your own, depending on what character you have. But really, you're on a tough spot. It's just a bad matchup ultimately with Shao. I'm actually going to be doing a Project Tea House where I will invite a Shao player to break down Shao for us. So you better stay around. Sign up. Also, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. Call Me Project. It's going to be in about a week. I'm going to invite a Shao player that's really good. That's going to be able to break down Shao. That's going to be a great question for them. But Sector is really good, man. You have to really be careful about where you're stepping, and then when you get something going, it's really hard for her. Even though it looks like this is easy, it's hard for her to shake you off, because if you make just one right read and made her spend her resources, it's actually really hard for her to keep you off of her back. So tread lightly when approaching, and when you do make the right read, make the best of it. Oh hell yeah! Glad to hear you're very good with Shao. Maybe we get to see you, throw buttons in tournament. That's awesome. But yeah, appreciate you coming for the coaching session. Yeah, video games make Shao look top 1 for sure. Definitely has been one of the best Shaos in Mortal Kombat 11, and so those dialogue thing. I always go back to dialogue set versus Faisal, man. One of the most hilarious. If you all have some time, search up Faisal versus dialogue. Chang Soon versus Shao, one of the most hilarious set out there, man. Anyway, thank you all for coming. About 359s. I'm IDs and Sia. I appreciate you all coming. Until the next time.